What's up guys, welcome back to Importune the Challenge, and today I'm going to explain why I've suddenly got a lot more money. So basically I had episode 9, not this, but the episode that's apparently missing, all recorded up, and then I decided to delete it by mistake, because I thought in my mind that I had rendered it already. So I deleted the raw file, and yeah, episode 9 is lost. So I decided to record episode 10 as episode 9, and I will explain this to you guys through live commentary there. And what happened is that when I recorded episode 9 and 10, my mic was muted because I didn't do a sound test before recording. So yeah, I have like 50 minutes of footage that has no commentary because I derped, basically. So what I'm bringing you here is a post-commentary for 2 episodes, just explaining all this crap. And yeah, it's sort of a lesson learned for me. I hope it's a lesson learned for anyone wanting to do Let's Plays. Make sure your mic isn't muted. So yeah, you didn't miss anything from the original episode 3. Basically just a load of basically we started off doing daytime C1. We beat Team Desire, basically a bunch of goth chicks, but one's actually a guy, but he's cross-dressing. But yeah, you didn't really miss much, just a bunch of easy races. In this video you will see me race Platinum Prince, so at least you'll be able to see that. And yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to turn out because I've been doing live commentaries up until now. This is my first post commentary, and post commentary is generally easier because I don't have to sync any audio up, but it's also more difficult because then you've got to fill up the time given to you. But yeah, so anyway, things I covered in the video which obviously you can't hear. I'm looking to modify the Impreza's looks pretty soon. I can't decide whether to sort of make it look more like a rally car or a street car. So you guys can leave some comments about that if you want like a more rally car look with the fog lights and the roof scoop and the aerials and such. Or you'd rather like a street car look with modified bumpers, more aggressive looking wheels, etc, etc. So yeah, we're just beating the last of the C1 guys, I believe, here. Or at least last of Twister. I don't remember exactly. Oh no, Twister, we beat Twister in the next episode actually. This episode is just going through and being whoever we see at C1 Daybreak. So yeah, I don't know exactly when Platinum Prince is going to show up. I think it's soon. Not too sure. But yeah, I've also got a new suspension kit purchased soon, with applying some settings, make the car handle much better. So the Impreza no longer has its high-speed understeer problems, it's all just very tight, very sharp handling, which is great because it goes well with the amount of power we have. And we're still thinking about what car we're going to buy next. Of course I've narrowed it down to the big three. The R34 Skyline, the A80 Supra and the GDB Impreza. Now, I'm shying away from the Impreza because obviously 2 Imprezas in a row in a playthrough where I'm trying to sort of have a bit of variety in the car choices might not be the best of ideas. In fact, you could narrow it down to not having 2 Nissans in the same playthrough, which gives you the Supra left and honestly I'm a Supra fan, so we'll most likely see the Supra as my last car that I'll take to the very end to beat the game with. So yeah, there's no real challenge in these races anymore, to be honest. It's all really easy. As you can see, racing member of family business. I believe we beat them in this episode. The godfather of family business actually drives an S30Z, which is the old 240Z, which is a pretty awesome car. It's just not the Devil Z. Devil Z appears much later. But it's still awesome. Still awesome to see a non-Devil Z version of that car. It's just a shame you can't actually have it for yourself. It's another one of those. You can only buy the custom version. The custom version is the Devil Z, so you can't have even a Godfather's version. Also, nothing about family business. They all drive Z cars. So you've got the S30, Z32, and a Z33, which is cool. It's good to see it in all Z team. Definitely. Channel news, I guess we can call it. We have a logo in the works. Me and Benson talked it over, and we've decided on sort of a shield design, like as a badge, like a shield with a crest on it. He came up with the idea. I liked it. It was pretty awesome. He's working on it at the moment. It should turn out good. If not, we'll it will turn out good. We'll work on it until it looks good, and then we'll roll it out with an intro for our videos, because I think starting just straight off into the gameplay is a bit, it's a bit more professional to have an intro with some music and the logo. So yeah, and then we can replace Kirby at the end of the videos, because as great as Kirby is, we can't keep using him for videos. It's well, we're not a Nintendo channel, because none of us even own a Nintendo console. Well, I have a DS, but I can't really give you DS gameplay, can I? Let's use an emulator. But that's actually an idea. Maybe I could do some emulator gameplay. Anyway, still be rolling out a new look in the future, which will definitely boost the polish of our videos, I think, because we want to have a good amount of quality in our videos. We don't want to post any old garbage. We want to make sure everything's really high quality, top notch stuff. So this is the leader of Cool Energy, driving an Aristo. He actually proved to be quite a challenge at first, which is surprising because the Aristo is quite slow in a straight line. I guessed at the time that it was probably a lot more tuned than my car, which is probably true, but again, in corners he fell back in corners quite badly, where I could take the win, as you're about to see soon, I think. So what I've noticed is the Impreza's chase cam is actually quite low down, and you can't see what's immediately in front of you. It's quite annoying sometimes, because it means I miss traffic in front of me, so I hit them, or I can't see when an opponent's braking, and it explains a lot of the mishaps that I've had with the traffic and the opponents. The Evo 9 is actually worse, because it's a lot taller, and especially with some of the spoiler options, we've given you such a huge spoiler that just blocks your entire view. Actually, the Evo X2 does that. The Evo 10, especially the rally version, that you can get the massive rally spoiler, which just, it looks amazing, but it's just completely impractical for chase cam use. If you wonder why I use chase cam, it's because I like looking at the car, and I don't think you guys would want to see like half an hour of bumper cam. Cockpit cam looks good, but I think the angle isn't really realistic and it's a bit awkward to drive with because it's just so static to me. I like to be able to like see both corners of the dashboard rather than just one where I have to look over the other side of the dashboard. It's quite disorientating. Anyway, so I return to the garage here. I think this is where I buy suspension. Let's see. Yep, this is where I'm going to buy some suspension. Straight to level 3. Waste most of my money on it, but you'll see that I actually earn it all back pretty quickly thanks to my encounter with Platinum Prince, who was quite challenging, but he didn't provide a loss like Midnight Cinderella did. We had a really good run against him, and I mean, you'll see it. You'll see it for yourself. So yeah, just applying my settings here. I'm trying to make sort of like a huge Word document full of all my settings for all the cars. And if I can find a way to post those, I will post those. Maybe, you know, someone's looking for settings for Import Tuner Challenge or something. It's like a... I'm not going to say they're the best settings, but they're definitely better than what the game gives you by default. Although they're absolutely terrible for online use, if anyone even plays this game online anymore. When I had a little, admittedly, achievement boosting session with Benson where we sort of gave each other a few wins each to get the first few online win trophies, we noticed that even if we used the public lobby system, we would still find each other immediately because there was no one else playing. So yeah. So because all the online games are with standing start, you generally want a much shorter first gear ratio to give you better launch, whereas all mine are very long because all the AI races are rolling starts. So yeah, I don't really feel the need to have a launch gear. So yeah, that's where I lost out online anyway. Yeah, this is the goth chick who is explaining that her teammate, who looks just like her, is actually a guy. So just imagine a guy in that maid suit tends to be a girl. But yeah, so we're just going through all the information as usual. It's a shame you can't skip them. I mean, you can just ignore them, but you really need to keep refreshing the list, otherwise you'll miss useful hints that will of course help you with Wanderers, and especially Wanderers where you do need the hint to come up, otherwise you have no idea. And also Death Driver, who requires you to actually see his sort of, he doesn't appear in the parking lot, but someone who says, oh, have you heard about this guy? He's apparently died on C1 while racing. And once you hear that, he'll appear when you next go out the garage. So there's that. So here I'm racing Family Business. I believe we face this guy, his sister, and then the Godfather appears in the PA, I think, if I remember correctly. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, the future of the channel is looking pretty good. Both Benton and Mike, well, we haven't introduced Mike, have we? Mike is our other gaming friend. He plays a lot of games with us, however his microphone isn't really, let's say the quality isn't too good for video making, so what he's done, also what Benson has done, is they've both bought the same headset I have. So what we can bring you is very consistent, clear audio, all at the same volume. There's no problems to have with one being a lot louder than the other, which is great because again it brings up the quality of our videos. One thing I noticed with the Company of Heroes videos, you might not notice it if you're on like a laptop, But if you have a subwoofer on your PC, you'll notice when Benson talks in the Company of Heroes videos, the sub goes off because his mic creates so much bass that it just basically he talks in bass when you have a subwoofer. Woofer. It's quite hilarious, but you can't understand a thing. So I have to turn off the sub when I'm viewing those videos, but I guess it's not that much of a problem if not everyone has a sub in the first place. But yeah. So new microphones should fix that. If not, we'll find other ways around it. Because Benson does a very nice deep voice, and well, it's great to listen to. It does set off the low levels that cause the bass to go off. So yeah, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out. Because we do want to keep the quality up. Because there's a lot of sort of junk content on YouTube that it's going to seem a bit like I'm bashing people, but it's hard to start off doing this because there's already content to watch already, and even though it might be not the highest quality, it's already there for people to watch and they know about it. Whereas new commentators sort of have to advertise a bit to get themselves known before they get enough views to really appear on the search rankings of YouTube on the first page. So yeah, but you know, we were trying to we'll just keep going until we hit our big break. Should be hopefully soon. We're gonna try and cover more games. I realised that just covering Company of Heroes and Import Tune Challenge isn't the best idea, so I did the Facade video, which seems to be doing quite well. That was a fun game. I'll return to that at some point because I don't want to get chucked out by Trip again. So you can see here that I'm racing the S30, Godfather's S30. Really cool car, but just had no chance against me really. So anyway, yeah, what was I talking about? So that's the problem with post-coms. I think you just sort of you lose your train of thought, and it's like, oh shit, I must say. Anyway, yes. So yeah, I'll be making more Facade videos because it's a really fun game to play, especially as you are actually influencing the story with your replies. It's a really fun game to play. I first heard about it in 2009 or 10. My interactive writing tutor actually told me about the game in class, in university, and he was like, "Oh, you know, this game's really good for in terms of creative writing." So I went and downloaded it, played it. It's like, "Oh, this is awesome." And then a couple of years later, you find that, oh, this game's actually on YouTube now. People are commentating over it. So yeah, I'm not jumping on any bandwagons. I'm just playing a game that I enjoyed a few years ago. And of course, back then I didn't actually have any means to commentate with, because I used to have this terrible creative headset. But yeah, now I have this Plantronics one, and it's much better, much clearer. And I've just completely missed Platinum Prince arriving, but yeah, there's Platinum Prince in his Ferrari themed car. He's got the Ferrari taillights, the Ferrari ref counter and interior, and I think the wing mirrors are supposed to be sort of classic style, which you can say they're Ferrari ones, but they just look more like classic mirrors to me. Anyway, yeah. So we'll definitely try branching out with the videos. After the Import Tune Challenge is done, which will be a long way off, but yeah, once I've done that, I'll be moving on to another game, not a car racing game, which will sort of try to diverse myself first, and then start a playthrough of Need for Speed Underground 2, which is an awesome game. I have the US version, so instead of having a the Peugeot 106 and the Vauxhall Corsa in the European version, I have the Honda Civic and Acura RSX, which much better looking cars. I'm not really a fan of hatchbacks, European hatchbacks I mean, especially like Corsa. It's not my thing. I'm more into the you could call them imports for our American fans. We just called them Japanese cars because I mean they're sold locally here anyway, so yeah. But anyway, so that'll be something to look forward to, I think. I'm really enjoying playing through the game at the moment, sort of reacquainting myself with it. So when it comes to the playthrough, I'll definitely it'll be a good video series, I think. As you can see here, I've beaten Platinum Prince, got the achievement, and net off an extra couple million. So the suspension kit is now paid off, and I believe this is where Skull Bullet's gang is actually going to appear, or is the intro video. So what I'll do is I'll be quiet for the next minute or so when the movie starts playing, and leave you guys to the awesome music. Right, so that was Skull Bullet and his gang showing up. There will be the Shinkanjo bosses, and so yeah, again we'll have to go through the daybreak, night and midnight, beating each of these bosses. The C1 is now complete for the time being, so you have to go back there, just lapping the Shinkanjo, and then we'll draw out Skull Bullet. So this time we've actually got 3 bosses, which are more like sub-bosses, and then we've got the big boss, Skull Bullet. So yeah, that'll be that's our next goal. So unlock the engine level 4 here, which won't be buying for this car, I think. Even though it would be very well appreciated, I think it's too little power gain for such a lot of money. Because the Impreza only goes up to 560 horsepower, and we already have 412, so you're not really going to get much horsepower out of the next stage of engine, I think. So yeah. So this is the Shinkanjo map. I'm just showing you the map here, different entrances and the new PAs that are available. Because I end the recording in about a minute. So yeah, and I think this is where I mention about, I don't know what I'm mentioning, to be honest. You see, this is the thing, I record the commentary and I forgot what the hell I commentated about, so yeah, no, it's I have no idea why I'm staring at a screen. And here I'm just buying some new tyres because you need tyres, and combined with new suspension setup, the car really handled a lot better with these tyres, which you'll see in episode 2 of this 2-part fail special. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this post commentary due to my failing. If you prefer this style of commentary, do let me know. I would be more than happy to switch it up just to Well, actually, this is actually much easier, to be honest. Don't have to worry about syncing the audio up, because Roxio software just lets me view the video, and I just commentate while watching, which is awesome. It's definitely, I mean, this is a recording program within an editing software, which, editing suite, which lets me just, it's aimed at people wanting to let's plays and stuff, so it's awesome. Definitely awesome. Anyway, I'm running out of time, and I've got another commentary-less video to show you guys, so I will see you in episode 10, aka episode 2 of the Fail series.